the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Hey, let's go.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. A beautiful fake. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 45. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They go play action with Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Here's Watkins, 63 yards. And the Eagles go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Boy, so they don't get the conversion, but they're going to go right into the onside kick formation. And the Dolphins are going to recover. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Mostert. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
21G.
Again, it's Mostert. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from moving out in front. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
32 Stinger.
The 2 are going to try and throw for it. And this is going to be hauled in. So they get the 2-point conversion, and now they have an 8-6 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
63. No, no.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles have regained the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was that we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
21G, 21G.
Tua sets up to pass it. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
This play started with the protection. You have to have it to give your quarterback time to let routes develop downfield. And then it's on him to locate an open man, and he does just that. Play callers love 4 vertical routes because receivers can be open at any time downfield.
To a hit, and the ball is out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. 0 hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Back to the running game with Mostert. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2. It's a run with Mostert, and he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. this Philly offense set to go. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Eagles have yet again retaken the lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. Complete at the 1. And he'll get into the end zone to make it a 5-point game. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. We'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by James Bradbury. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. Hurts. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number 1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down. The Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. On play action, they'll throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
From the 10, this is 3rd and goal. Now Hurts on the option right. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things you like about a zone read play that has an option component to it is that it gives you plenty of different ways to go. On this one, though, I'm not sure they chose the right one. Maybe they should have pitched it out on this one because that play was absolutely swallowed up.
Gets it out quickly here to the left flank. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Tua now on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Jalen Waddle there, and that'll bring up second down. From the gun, it's Tua. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Philly. 55 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big, big yardage.
They'll roll him out right. They'll get that complete to Alberto. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down.
73.
They'll run right here with Swift. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. Second and 6 with the ball on the 7.
King, Phil King. Phil King.
Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Tua. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
The throw over the middle taken in. Touchdown Dolphins. Cedric Wilson, 49 yards. And the Dolphins get a bit closer. Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2. It's a run with Mostert. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. On first down, Tagovailoa. That is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
It's brought in by Wilson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Here's Mostert. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. One more time with Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. He's going deep for Brown. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. A tie game. I don't think anybody in this building, including you or I, was expecting that.
No, I would agree with that totally. I didn't expect to see it at all, but I kind of like where they were going with this. You know, as you said, tie game, trying to steal a possession, steal an advantage, and you told your defense at the half you were going to do it, which also told them that you had confidence in them in case it failed, as that one just did.
And now you've given good field position here to start the third quarter. Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Tua. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give him credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. On first down, Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases misses it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Going deep here for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Hey, let's go.
They go play action with Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Hurts. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and a yard. Hurts sets up to throw it. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they're going to speed things up here. This will be caught once again by Brown. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36. Throwing is Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
Great.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Tiger swamp. Hey.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Great.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yards.
Touchdown, Eagles! An 11-yard touchdown. And the Eagles go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 49 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. On play action, here's Tua. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 47 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Here's Hurts to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. Watkins. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. Quez Watkins, 76 yards. And the Eagles answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Elliott good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60.
He's got it at the 15. Touchdown Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
In fact, it was just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a give right side Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, Silver.
Now back to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Eagles. Quez Watkins, 41 yards. And the Eagles have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through all the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Here's Tua. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, 73, 73.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Out route pass complete to Goddard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. A handoff, Swift running to the left. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
73.
From the gun, it's Hurts. That is intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Now Tua. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it.
I know there's some time on the clock, but I still think you kick the extra point there and don't go for 2 and go for the win in that spot.
Yeah, time or no time, why not just take the 1 and even the score?
And then that way, no matter what, at least you know what you're dealing with now. It's a whole different strategy. You got to decide whether you're going to onside kick or just try and play defense and get the ball back.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. There he goes again, and he's across for the touchdown. And the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts him up 7, but now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a 1-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
A little decision to be made. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier and down.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles have just about sewn up this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. and 10 here. Throwing Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get the midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Tua. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, partner, under the lights in prime time, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So
It's like I've been smooth for so long, I'm trying to get rough. Buffing my nails, dog, I'm trying to get buff. Shaping my beard up, I'm liking the scruff. The hills, cause I'm living my life in the cut. Can't imagine that I'm gonna meet my wife in the club. We gon' see though, I feel like she more of a CEO. Or maybe she doing volunteer work in Rio. It's not like I need her, but I would love to meet her. Another day, another dollar, another phone with another feature. I don't play goalie, but I'm my brother's keeper. Surrounded by family, I'm not with other people. They say I got my pop's demeanor and mother speeches. The garden's still private as ever. The gang thriving together. Your boys striving to be the most dominant ever. The hardest white boy since the one who rapped about vomiting sweaters and holding comments. Cause I promise you I'm honestly better than whoever came to your head right then. They ain't cut from the same thread like him. They don't study doing work to get ahead like him. They don't toss and turn in a bed like him. Cause they don't love it. They don't love it.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Coming up, we've got a good one here in the AFC, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Cincinnati. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go.
Right to the air is Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
They went for the deep shot early, and that's fine, but I don't think it was the right target to throw it to. You had three other guys sprinting downfield, and I thought two of them were open. Could have avoided an interception there by attacking a different player in coverage.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Play action, now it's Tua. Open man downfield is Hill. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Touchdown! Tua finding his old Alabama teammate Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Looking deep here for Chase. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
21G.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Tua hit, and the ball is out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Oh, and that is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else he did? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
He got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Wilson snags it left side. Call it a gain of a yard. And that's going to make it fourth down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. This is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 27 yards. And the Dolphins lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
I'm one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick-6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On third down, Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first.
21-0 our score after 1. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter.
as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
Ready. What?
Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 28-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun?
All right, throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this 1st half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their face.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon. 52 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by McPherson up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
10
yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the 41 yard line.
Now Tua. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And, oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this 1st half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
Hey,
and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
11 MT.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Looking deep here for Chase. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Cincinnati. 46 yards.
On point, ready? 11, 11, 11, 11. Stop.
First down. Here's Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Stop.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On one, ready?
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
11, Thomas.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead now down to 20. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Hey, get set.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. 2 now on first down. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another big play here as they strike for 31.
Well, they've looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
On play action, here's Tua. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They're going to hurry back to the line now. 2 to throw again. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2. Tua going to try and throw for it, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get
11
going.
MT, take.
And the ball backed
11
way
MT,
up.
take.
So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver?
21G.
Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him,
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And we'll still have time for one play before the half as this will be fair caught and brought out to the 25.
Let's get set.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
32 Stinger. Out.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They're going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 76 yards. And the Dolphins continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guys covering take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by them. And once he's by them, there's no catching them. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Mighty. 11 mighty. Hot.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise.
Now Burrow loses the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And that will set him up in excellent shape. First and goal at the 9-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring
scope like Richard Branson. Since the basement making anthems over seasons with the man in black is season with my Panthers. Pretty girls, you think I'm handsome. Just coasting through these matches. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. Keep it moving, trying to be on before below. Wanna be intimate with soul, explore this war before I go. And that's some hours in my face. Way now it's like worth for 10K or cause it is pen gaming. Bit insane in the membrane since them days where we raved for 3 days and 4 nights and took them red eye flights. Fought straight off the plane and through the back door of the place. Then I head on stage, they were like, see the crowd going ahead, they were like. So I stepped on stage, they were like, ooh yeah. See the crowd going ahead, they were like, oh yeah. Crazed and courageous, raised by some Zulu lions, taught to seek dangers, brave and defiant, boy, the Lord was doing favors, blaze through the fire, yeah, we had a few, lost a few wages, still coming rampant, misbehavior, flavors, still coming anti-up, rebelling with my ravers, still don't give a about who be the latest, can't be locked up in them cages, start living up to what the you think your day is. But hey, what about the So I stepped on stage, they were like, see the crowd going ahead, they were like. So I stepped on stage, they were like, ooh yeah. See the crowd going ahead, they were like, oh yeah.
Bling, bling. This man. Alright. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile. It's a cost a couple thousands and millions. And millions and millions and millions. Alright. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile. It's a cost a couple thousands and millions. And millions and millions and millions. Okay. I don't catch my new checks, this old change, you know. Another man made my phone ring, hello. Said he capping but won't step, you know. Every time he sell me, that's phone, hello. Bling, bling, blow, mad, I'm like, wow, what did I do now? Don't you get me, okay? I might pull a ticket out of my account, okay? Just to show you how to count, okay? Newest, don't compare me to these, they don't do enough. They can't walk it in my shoes because I'm booted up. I got opposition showing me computer love. Brought inside the club, I got no worries today. I get paid to party on a permanent base. That's true. Only time we link is meet and greet. On and off the jet, cause I got places to be. Alright. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile. If it costs a couple thousands and millions. And millions and millions and millions. Okay, alright. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile. Unless it costs a couple thousands and millions. And millions and millions and millions. Foot on next because I'm standing on business. I deserve the flex and I have God as my witness. Police tried to slow me down but they couldn't stop it. I got platinum plaques like I got cars in my wallet. I got millions. Got the inside my bag and out my feelings. Got a couple carbon copies, I got children. Only that's around me's my Brazilian. Moving militant, no regular civilian. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile. Unless it costs a couple thousands of millions. And millions.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Miami Dolphins. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. And if you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Back to throw, Purdy. Open man is Jauan Jennings. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Purdy looking to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. McCaffrey diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. He got 29 yards that time. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or playing the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Second down and 6 now. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And his throw here's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Open man downfield is Hill. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 37 yards. And the Dolphins have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Look at the big man rumble. Inside the 10, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, 82 yards. And the Niners have retaken the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
As a former defensive back, I don't know much of physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Second down and 4. Oh, design run for their wideout. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Tua now on first down. And going deep for Hill. He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there for Miami. 45 yards. On first and 10. It's Mostert. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Now 2nd and 9. Here's Tua. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Sanders now to have the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He'll get that out wide to Waddle. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
All right, come on.
Another catch there for Waddle. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Couple of Alabama guys there. Tua to Waddle for the Miami first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now See on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. And they're going to get the two-point conversion. This one's caught. And it stretches their lead up to 8. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Purdy now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. They find some open field here. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Play action. Now Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Play. Cover 2. Let's go. Ready.
Looking to pass. Tua. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play. And defensively, they were... advantage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
2nd and 10.
21G.
Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Tua going to throw. And going deep for Hill. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. First mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They go play action here. Purdy. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy from the gun. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Powers through. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Down inside the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Purdy off the play fake. This will be caught at Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 39 yards. And the Niners have cut the lead back down to 2. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. Purdy will throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. Berrios now from his end zone. Powering his way forward. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Give him 30 yards there.
What a game he's having. They've not been able to stop him or even slow him down. He's got 2 touchdowns already. That could have been a third. He's got the secondary coach asking people for answers. Can you help me out? Because we are not slowing him down.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tua. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2.
Hey, time about 2. Time about 2. Time about 2.
Tua going to try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Well, now how about this return? And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time. Two and now on 1st down. Touchdown, Dolphins! Tua finding his old Alabama teammate Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Shotgun now with Purdy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40. Now, I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there, but obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. Taking it right down Broadway. Big strides. Look at him go. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now Moody for the PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. And what is going on here? Are they serious? 1st down, and they're in punt formation. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time out, you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. The Niners on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third down and 12. Here's Purdy. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Tua. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are right back in this football game. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Purdy looking to throw. He'll buy some time right.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing here, Purdy. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Purdy, big 4th down play. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a give to Mostert running right. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Sanders on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things through this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Purdy will look to throw again here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Get set. Ready, set.
He'll get that out wide to Waddle. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's right, start.
Tua sets up to pass it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to offer.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Out of the gun, Purdy. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins get the football in great field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to his left. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Forced out to his left. He's got it. Touchdown. Raheem Mostert. He scored on the ground and through the air, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. He is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And going deep for Hill. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 41 yards. And the Dolphins have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
After the turnover, it's Tua. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because...
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Here's Tua. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And give him another
It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Kickoff concludes the ball game, partner, and one side a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Miami, so long, everybody.
Not headed to the airport for this one. One more day here will suit me just fine.
John got it. Grinding from the bottom. Blood on my hands, ain't no dirt on my body. With big body. Block, it'll be a real big problem. Whole life. That's something you don't know nothing about it. Still that way. You ain't built that way. I been more in pain. Waited broad day. Really short fuse. Had a long day. Body like wow. Like. Wait. You know I'm an east side. Big TD, step a whole rep. That. Top dog since top ramen now. Steak and lobster with a shrimp. Big. Put a ribbon on it, get you gift. Rep. Bet that. Real never switch that. Came a long way. Came a long way. Came a long way. Came a long way. Been a long way. Real long way. Still that way. Still that way. Still that not a drill. Bucket of ice on me, how should I chill? Scoping your mouth, watch how I know how I'm rocking, you know how I'm built. Still in the trenches, we out in the field. If she in her bag, then it's Prada Chanel. The is fake, but she poppin' for real. Still that way. Run up if you feel that way. You can get this work, but the work don't ship, cause it really don't feel that way. Seen a whole lot of rapping and a whole lot of get like ice. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Talk to me nice. You know I'm an Eastside, big TDE, step a whole rep, that. Top dog since top ramen now, steak and lobster with a shrimp, fat. Big, put a ribbon on it, get you gift, rep, back, that. Real, never switch, that. Came a long way, came a long way, came a long way, came a long way. Been a long way, real long way. And it's still that way, still that way, still that way. Still broad day, live that way, drill that way. Came a long way, real long way. Been a long way, real long way. And it's still that way, 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 still that way.
I can get it gone in a blink. Stack money. We can make a from the sink. Money. He can make a call if he tweet. Black money. I can make a ball when I speak. Rap money. Brother used to hide 100. The hashback partner used to bust a couple scams off of Snapchat. Shorty tryna come up on the bands cause of that. We don't give a Uncle Sam if you ask that. Where the money in the middle. Boy, I just solved the riddle for this pound cake. Giggles, now I see fiddle all around me. Little, my head was on a swivel. He was pushing a rental. Ain't it coincidental? He ain't really talking money. Who he talking to? Homie hopping, need a they awesome. I can charge a band to get a glimpse of what I'm about to do. They be talking to every about what they ought to do. I ain't tripping off of nothing. My name is Topic Discussion. If I give them attention, they all would probably start blushing. So power and honey's the only thing that I'm crushing on. Bonafide, stood on everything that I stepped on. I can get it gone in a blink. Stack money. We can make a from the sink. Money. He can make a call if he tweet. Black money. I can make a ball when I speak. Rap money. Brother used to hide 100. The hashback partner used to bust a couple scams off of Snapchat. Shorty tryna come up on the bands cause of that. We don't give a Uncle Sam if you ask that. Where the cash at?
They couldn't see me coming with binoculars. Even if they did, tell me who the was stopping us. The options keep popping up. Cops trying to lock us up. When it's out the picture, but it ain't no Diddy cropping this. Sorry, officer, I'm a hood philosopher. In the open all the chakras up the block inside it and molten lava. Check your thermometers. These rats is synonymous to climates in Guatemala, bro. Bet your bottom dollar your favorite rapper to get devoured. Sign his death certificate quick like sayonara. In fact, it's better if he quit and save himself a problem. He ain't got a chance to solve him. Tell me get him any
gone in a blink. Stack money. We can make a from the sink. Money. He can make a call if he tweet. Black money. I can make a ball when I speak. Rap money. Brother used to hide 100. The hashback partner used to bust a couple scams off of Snapchat. Shorty tryna come up on the bands cause of that. We don't give a Uncle Sam if you ask that. Where the cash at?
I ain't tripping, this is easy. Easy, got 'em excited to meet me. Meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. CZs, wake up, get to it and repeat. Repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing haters say. Let them talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around us. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch them talk about it. Talk about it. I'm in New York and we finna get loose. Squeeze the big apple and give me the juice. Don't wanna talk, I just do what it do. My alter egos can fill up a room. Hop on a flight, take a trip to Peru. Yeah, hop in the whip that is missing the roof. My woman a fire, just look at my boo. I'm the almighty, I'm feeling like Bruce. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't need much, a billy you do. Ooh, 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 ooh. Breaking the hearts and breaking the rules. Ooh, 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 ooh. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I ain't tripping, this is easy. Easy, got 'em excited to meet me. Meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. CZs, wake up, get to it and repeat. Repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing haters say. Let them talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around us. I can't traveling man, I'm switching to pivot. Why would I talk about it when I live it? I know that you live it, I know that you mad. Putting up numbers and flipping the digits again and again and again. Well, you get it. Elevate and enjoy the saga. Better pay, give me more of them dollars. Still on the grind, ahead of my time. My yesterdays are your mananas. Trip to Hawaii to bust out the haka. I bust out the haka. I bust out the ooh. When there's nothing to do. Never been capping, you know that it's true, 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 true. Haters are climbing your river like boo, 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 boo. Breaking the hearts and breaking the rules. Ooh, 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 ooh. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I ain't tripping, this is easy, easy. Got 'em excited to meet me, meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs, CZs. Wake up, get to it and repeat, repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing haters say. Let 'em talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around it. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch them talk about it. Talk about it, yeah.
We got London on the trip.
Whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club. My clown way too white to be shooting in the eyes. I'm sleeping good at night, see the door don't got no locks. Took these spiteful, she best friends with the ops. And that you need better stop. Standing on my money, dog. Please don't get the involved. Ain't nobody running off. Rules to the basics. I can't be no son-in-law. I can't take the summer off. I make it look good and all, but this is no vacation. All the goons, they respect me and I know it. Watch your words and your tone, you not a poet. My advice, please don't try to be heroic. Let me know they whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. I never had a mentor. Only watch Scarface. I met her at a club. She twerk better when her heart breaks. Hey, hood, wanna everything that I can. I'm praying for a Bentley and to never go to jail. I'm fresh up out the gutter, I don't know if you can tell. I'm hustling for everything I do for legacy. You can call me any type of day, my dog, I never sleep. The only rule I got is if we don't embarrass me. I write down my problems, then record it just for therapy. Just for clarity. Whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club.
Can I talk my?
Come on.
That other side.
The Oakley way.
Hey.
C5.
Can't nobody do me like I do me. And I don't care to be nobody else cause I'm unique. I'm fine with me. I am God and God is me. Dream so big might die in my sleep. And I ain't running from it. It's only a loss if you ain't learned nothing from it. I turned to a boss. Remember I was under budget. Now I pay the staff off and fly them to another country. It's for the love of the game, never for the love of money. But don't get it twisted, still clocking big digits. On Rodeo, big spending. All the cribs luxury. I can't recall the last time I did dishes. Big business. All my deals 6 figures and up. When you get it out the mud, it hit different. Used to sell when the cops came, we hit fences. Now I'm blowing smoke out the country with 2 thick. I'ma take them both back to the penthouse and get. That's how it's supposed to be. Life is beautiful, I'm doing won't believe. Flew out to Colombia and brought me home some. Used to be the underdog, now they book me overseas. And I don't wanna be nobody else, nigga. do me like I do me. And I don't care to be nobody else, cause I'm unique. I'm fine with me. I am God and God is me. Dream so big, might die in my sleep, but I ain't running from it. It's only a loss if you ain't learned nothing from it. I turned to a boss, remember I was under budget. Now I pay the staff off and fly them to another country. It's for the love of the game, never for the love of money. I used to wanna be like Wayne. I used to wanna be like Nip with the Cuban link chain. I used to rap like Jay, trying to make me a name. Now all I do is C5, and I'ma stay in my lane. I could do anything I put my mind to, that's facts. I wanna be a so I start. I like so I went on and start flipping packs. I heard the drought 3 and said, dog, I'm a rap. I did that, superseded expectation. I refuse to settle for anything less than greatness. I'm the hottest rapper on the West, let's just face it. So put that pride to the side, then let's get paper. Can't nobody do me like I do me. And I don't care to be nobody else, cause I'm unique. I'm fine with me, I am God and God is me. Dream so big, might die in my sleep, but I ain't running from it. It's only a loss if you ain't learned nothing from it. I turned to a boss, remember I was under budget. Now I pay the staff off and fly them to another country. It's for the love of the game, never for the love of money.
Bars, C5, just incredible. Hunger Flow 2, it's easy. Incredible.
Hey, used to have a silver tooth and I was just a pup, yeah. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the pumps. I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. Got a shorty clean the fitness, I'm a diamond and to run it back. Used to have a silver tooth but I was just a pup. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. I let shorty clean the fitness, I'm a diamond and to rough. First order of biz, no snitch, and I try to keep it silent, but the kids don't listen. Happy birthday, got another hit, no flinch, and I tell them send a watch that I can fit both wrists. She on the class tryna get a nigga. She think I'm a last cause I got a pass with her. And I ain't tryna let her down, but I'm not. If you was tryna settle down, get a fact. Song pull up in the city with a nice jump. Lights off, lights on. Chinese throw the chicken, need a wipe to throw the rice on. Pull up double park with all the ice on. Pick 'em like, she running up, she running up. She pay her bills, she it up. 52nd Street, I double down, then I doubled up. 2023 and I'm the only coming up, yeah.
Can't stop till we all okay. I drop it, the whole world sing. Pop when I do like this, it's the big black dog.
Hey, used to have a silver tooth and I was just a pup, yeah. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the pumps. I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. Got a shorty clean the pendants, I'm a diamond in the rough.
24 karat VVs in the stars. Rings going off like Michael with the gloves. Only one mobber with designers in the thugs. When we shop at Rick on, bring a bottle full of couple platinum records later, still I got the game locked. Cut my lines fresher than Tory Lane's pop. Who got his swerve and is missing every raindrop. Hit him with the then they get their brain swap. Walk around like I'm nigga with the diamonds in the clock. Who ain't walking on these I got diamonds in my socks. Might be funny like I'm Biggie, but I'm riding like I'm Pop. I'm the king of your city, give a about your block. Lights on, lights off. Go on, twerk it if you know that it's off. Deep dive and get lost. Go on, turn up if you know that you the boss.
Hey, used to have a silver tooth and I was just a pup, yeah. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the pumps. I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. Got a shorty clean the pendants, I'm a diamond and to run it back. Used to have a silver tooth but I was just a pup. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. I let shorty clean the pendants, I'm a diamond in the rough.
Back in my ways, missing my girl, I ain't seen her in days. What can I say? I'm out in the baby, trying to get paid. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this Jay. I never change, can put myself back in the minimum wage. Gotta keep all in this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime. You the man only sometimes. End your career with a punchline. The industry told me it's the front lines. You never mine. Getting money in my bloodline. Talking on me, mine. Keep with a rip. Don't want to talk if it ain't about a dip. But it ain't for me real quick. Ain't gon' stop till my net worth millions. Going school, I drop down. They try to read when I drop with the top down. Get me on stage, I rock out. Every day money can't break, no timeouts. Change up quick, they signed up. Tryna hear my line now. Thinking I'm come find out 1v1, you dust like a wideout. Studio been my hideout. Can't shed tears, mama ain't no cry now. On me, gonna blind out. Get in the team, gotta pass your tryouts. Booming this like Metro. Groupies on me, that's fine, don't sweat those. Been on, keeping my head strong. My dog ain't talk about Petco. Brand new ones, they retros. Live fast, die on set my headstone. Stop been grown. You ain't getting money, been Frank in the friend zone. I ain't never switched up on the family. Be talking to that at me. Gotta watch my wrist, that's classy. I'm a dog to a she nasty. And about she me. My mama proud she had me. Can't let nobody surpass me. I move to the back like an athlete. Got a little buzz, but these zippers don't chance me. Just take a look at my rap sheet. Independent, man, these can't stand me. Won't stop till I got me a Grammy. A crib with a leg and a whip for my granny. I ain't never had me no plan B. Look at me now, got a problem, get at me.
There you go. I'm with the cash like Diego. God. Yeah, all these dumps on me go, just like Diego. God. Yeah, all these shooters with me just go, just like Diego. God. Yeah, got a dime piece with me, she gon' go just like Diego. God. Yeah, they don't play with me cause they know that I'm on go, no Diego. Solitaire. Earrings, they be shining, keep them blinded. Ain't met up, yeah, I can't. Since I got rich, and she say I'm just cause I took her on the island. The money keep on piling. Talk to me, yeah. Better talk nice. Fucking up with the fettuccine, they both dead, can't talk twice. Know they pray on my downfall. Everything I do, I gotta walk like. Let them in, jack it off. Rich, so I'm off life. God. Yeah, all these dumps on me go, just like Diego. God. Yeah, all these shooters with me just go, just like Diego. God. Yeah, got a dime piece with me, she gon' go just like Diego. God. Yeah, they don't play with me cause they know that I'm on go, no Diego.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Today, a fun matchup in the AFC East, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And a loose football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
Get set.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
Now, meanwhile, a pass pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 37 yards. And the Dolphins take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Tyler Conklin. 67 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Off of play action. Tagovailoa getting this out to the flat. Mostert. There'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Once again, it's Mostert. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Tua going to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Dolphins. have taken the lead. That's a heck of a start to this one for him here in the first quarter.
2 receiving touchdowns, just getting the game underway, essentially. I mean, there's a long way to go. If I'm on defense, I've got to figure out how to slow this guy down, because when one guy shreds your team, that's demoralizing. Make him spread it around at least. But right now, he's showing no signs of slowing down.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
6:30.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
50. Hey, you want next one. Hey, 626. Jump out.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining
26.
first quarter of play. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Hey, 88.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Flushed out right. That is caught. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he'll find Hall. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. Rodgers to throw once more. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. Gets around him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here.
26.
Now it's Rodgers. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Berrios now from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
All right, come on.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
32 stinger.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Turbo wide.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Turbo 2.
Tua on 4th down. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Inside. 630.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes, and the Jets are going to take the lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it, and that's exactly what they did.
Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
44. Ready.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive. He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there for Miami. 67 yards. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On play action, here's Tua. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. We haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. On play action, now Rodgers escaping the pressure right. Quick as he throws there, incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Rodgers now to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talked about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins will take over possession here up at the 44.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Tua going to try and go quickly here. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First down now, but that clock rolling. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. Touchdown! Tua finding his old Alabama teammate Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Rodgers going to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Throwing is Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
6:30. 6:30. Yeah, this. Hey, Mike.
Rodgers again now. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. Zerline good with a PAT. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Ready.
Tua, a final shot before half. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
And the Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
All right. Nice jam. Turbo one hard.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And some strong running. Down to about the 45. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Play action. Now it's Tua. Getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He'll hit Mostert again here. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to him, and he makes another nice play. Back-to-back catches.
They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
All right, fellas, listen up.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Looking to speed things up here, run with some tempo. Mostert. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
32 stinger.
They'll run with Mostert, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert able to take it in from a yard out, and the Dolphins have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
That's complete to Lazard. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. To throw is Rodgers. And a completion to Wilson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Throwing now is Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, and pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Hey, come on, 2. Come on, 2.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 81 yards rushing now from Mostert as he picks up a 1st down.
Get set. 20 TX. 20 TX. Hey, 21 TX. Ready, set?
Tua going to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Scat. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
Here's Tua. Flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Only a short game there, but that's okay if you're the offense. They brought a lot of pressure at him, and he uses athleticism to at least get back to the line and make 2nd down a lot shorter than it was looking for a moment.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This to make it a 2-score game. Sanders' kick is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And now they're in the hurry up.
Hey, take 26. Get 300. Get 300.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. 88. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He's got his running back out of the backfield. He's to the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown. New York. Breece Hall, 65 yards. And the Jets have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 50 yards. And the Dolphins use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a two-score game and a solid lead.
So now a big play here as the Dolphins will go for the 2. Two are going to try and throw for it. And he finds his way into the end zone as the lead moves to 10. And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Inside. 26. Right. Over.
They'll try and start this drive in the air, eluding the pressure right. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This one deep for Wilson, and that's going to be incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
On 2nd down and 1. And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
On play action, here's Tua. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are right back in this football game. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Yeah, this.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he'll find Hall. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Rodgers going to get this complete to his running back Hall. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 27.
Jump out! Get 300! Get 300!
Rodgers directing traffic, going to change the play. He's going to go up top for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And again, it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line.
26.
Now it's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
12 yards between them and the end zone. 2nd and 10.
Hey, 88. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Now Rodgers. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Inside.
And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points. And the option play working flawlessly right there. What'd you think of the call?
Love the call. That's really football 101 to me. 2-point conversion, run quarterback option. That means he can either keep it himself or pitch it to a trailing back. That usually opens things up for an offense.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Dolphins are going to recover. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Time on 3.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Ready.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he will be taken down here, but another big gain on the ground to start the drive. This one good for 16, and yet again a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game,
they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And they take a knee. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And they'll accept that penalty.
Go ahead.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Turbo 1, Hive. Turbo 1, Hive. Ready, set.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. This is 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. To the sideline and incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This ball intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on...
What you mean you don't know how I'm stepping? What you mean you don't know what I'm repping? I'm good in my hood like they call me the blessing. You jacking my side, you gotta come and check in. As the way it get hectic, don't make me slide up on you, no electric. You hit them like it's Tetris. You felt the way and all you do is text it. Listen, I don't know why they mentioning beef. I don't think no one better than me. You can say what you want, but my steppers don't speak. If I tell them to go, then they stepping on 3 like bought a chain that's competitive. Me make it rain in your hood like I weather the streets. So my label we good, I'ma get to the breach. You only as tough as your weapon could be. I done Connie and Dylan, I got off the block. Took the hate and put that on the watch. Had the ice on my neck 'cause I'm shorty on hot. Here's some rappers that want me to flop. I don't care about no dissing 'cause none of them pop. And I'm shooting my stars off a pop. They be all on my DM like when you gon' drop. Look, it get boring, just me at the top. It get boring, just me at the top. I be shaking their hearts every time that I drop. Like when I walk in the spot, it says you won't be in this. If you don't make it hot like her. New deal, AP, I done signed up with Def Jam. Jay-Z, got the in my left hand. Play me every time that I step them. Hate me like what? Play with the gang and you play with your life. Put a bag in your head, it don't matter the price. Put on their neck, so I got me some ice. If I'm dissing you once, I ain't saying it twice. Said I got time today, I done stepped in the field, I got time to play. And my exes are up, they had time to wait. Blocking, I said I need time away. Like, what you mean you don't know how I'm stepping? What you mean you don't know what I'm repping? I'm good in my hood like they call me the blessing. You jacking my side, you gotta come and check in. That's the way it get hectic. Don't make me slide up on you, no electric. Blocking, hit them like it's Tetris. You felt the way and all you do is text it. Listen.
Why would I hold a man for ransom when my scope like Richard Branson? Since the basement making anthems over seasons with the man in black is teasing with my panthers. Pretty girl, she think I'm handsome. Just coasting through these mantras. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. I'ma keep it moving, trying to be on before below. Wanna be intimate with soul, explore this war before I go. And that's some hours in my bench way. Now it's like work for 10K all 'cause it is 10 gamers. Been insane in the membrane since them days where we raved for 3 days and 4 nights and took them red-eye flights. Hot straight off the plane and through the back door of the place. Then I head down stage, they be like, see the crowd going air, they be like, so I step down stage, they be like, ooh yeah, see the crowd going air, they be like, ooh yeah. Crazed and courageous, raised by some Zulu lions, taught to seek dangers, brave and defiant, boy, the Lord was doing favors, blaze through the fire, yeah, we had a few, lost a few wages, still coming rampant, misbehaving, flavors, still coming anti-up, rebelling with my ravers, still don't give a about who be the latest, can't be locked up in them cages, start living up to what the you think a day is. But hey, what about the so I stepped on stage, they were like, see the crowd going air, they were like, so I stepped on stage, they were like, ooh yeah, see the crowd going air, they were like, ooh yeah,
Diego.
I'm with the cash like Diego.
God. Yeah, all these diamonds on me go, just like Diego. God. Yeah, all these shooters on me just go, just like Diego. God. Yeah, got a dime piece with me, she gon' go just like Diego. God. Yeah, they don't play with me cause they know that I'm on go, no Diego. Solitaire. Earrings, they be shining, keep blinded. Ain't met up, yeah, I can't. Since I got rich, and she say I'm just cause I took her on the island. The money keep on piling. Talk to me, yeah. Better talk nice. Fell in love with the fettuccine, they both dead, can't talk twice. Know they pray on my downfall, everything I do, I gotta walk like. Let them in, jacket off, what? Rich, so I'm off life. God. Yeah, all these diamonds on me go, just like Diego. God. Yeah, all these shooters on me just go, just like Diego. God. Yeah, got a dime piece with me, she gon' go just like Diego. God. Yeah, they don't play with me cause they know that I'm on go, no Diego.
Why you think we the same? We ain't the same. I'm the type to do the hitting up. You the type to pay hitters. Why you think we the same? We ain't the same. I'm the type to do the hitting up. You the type to pay hitters.
I can get it gone in a blink. Stack money. We can make a from the sink. Money. He can make a call if he tweet.